Hi everyone, hope you're doing great. This video is a quick overview of the Cookiebot administrative interface and an introduction on how to set up our app with Cookiebot. First, let's start by making you comfortable with the Cookiebot layouts and screens. First, let's take a look at the top menu. You can switch between 6 different languages. Once a language is selected, all the content of the app of the Cookiebot interface would reflect the selected one. You could log off or go to the My Account page to update your email, personal information, etc. And then it's also possible to upgrade your current subscription plan using this link. We're currently using the basic subscription plan because we don't have needs for premium features, but if you do, please go over here and select your appropriate plan. Then you have the main menu over here, through which you could have access to the main features of the cookie provided by the Cookiebot engine. First, we have the settings screen, which is the one you see right here. Then you have the cookies, which presents the last scan, Cookiebot scan, scanning your website, discovering cookies, presenting them right here, through which you could change the categorization, description, add new cookies, or even download the last scan. You can also order an immediate scan over here. Then you have the user consents graph, which presents the opt-ins and opt-outs that has been made on the website between selected dates. You can also download the consents log, which is a CSV file containing all the consents made in a specific period of time. Last but not least, you have the reports, which is the scans made by Cookiebot and the respective dates. So we installed this right here, and ever since there are like a dozen of reports you can click and download. Let's go back to the settings screen, which is the main screen of interest that we're going to cover in this video. First, you have the domains tab. Then we're going to talk about the content tab, then your scripts. Before we talk about the domains, I'm going to talk about the dialog and declaration over here. They are not relevant for the purposes of this video. However, it's important to know why they're not. So the dialog tab presents you with a couple of options to personalize the behavior of the Cookiebot dialog box or Cookiebot pop-up. If I click on this button, preview, I will see the Cookiebot pop-up over here. I can change some settings, but this is not of interest because using our app, you can customize your own version of the pop-up, and we don't use this version or the default version provided by Cookiebot. We've built the cookies dialog from the ground up, so we don't rely on any of these settings. Then you have the declaration. Well, it is up to you to change the settings, the template here in the future if you'd like, but it's not. It doesn't really concern the application itself. However, what's interesting over here is that, as you can see, when I click on this preview, they show us this page, which is the declaration page. The declaration page is composed of two main sections, or let's say three main sections, presenting cookies to the end user. So if the end user is not familiar with cookies, they can read over here and get familiarized with what are cookies and how do they work according to the Cookiebot point of view. And then Cookiebot goes ahead and lists the cookies by category. So there are four categories: necessary, preferences, statistics, and marketing. For our demonstrative, demo site, there are only two types of cookies: necessary and marketing. So the other two are not present on this page. Then the next part, let's say that the user has already made his consent. Then there's an ID, consent ID, that would be displayed over here, which you can see now is empty because this is a demonstrative page and there's no consent made. But in real case scenarios, you'd see the ID over here. Then the user can click on change your consent in order to change the consent, or withdraw it if it's already been made. Now that's been said, we take all the content that you can see in this page and we create a new page on your Shopify back office. This page would be a copy, would include the same information available over here. And that page is recommended to be referenced somewhere in the footer, so your customers could have access easily to all this information that you can see. In any case, it's easy to set up through the navigation panel in Shopify. You just go over there and check it out. So this is not relevant because even if you change the template, this wouldn't impact us in any ways. It's up to you and to your preferences. Okay, so sorry for this detour. Let's go back to the domains. So, domains. You can enter your website domain over here in this field. There are two cases. Either you have multiple websites or you have only one website. If you have multiple websites, each website operating in a specific region, one in the US, one in Europe, and the other in Asia, in Japan, or somewhere else, then you'd need to add multiple domains by clicking over here. This is a paid feature. So if you have multiple domains and you think that Cookiebot should be available on all three, then yeah, you need to take your premium subscription and add your domains. However, if you have only one, then this is where you should enter your website's domain, and this would be 100% sufficient for you. Now, as you notice, there's the myshopify.com in our demo store over here because we didn't enter the we don't have an actual URL. So in your case, you should enter your actual URL's store, which should be something like I don't know, mystore.com, because otherwise Cookiebot wouldn't be able to work because it's linked to your domain name, which is visible in the domain in the URL bar on your browser. So if the URL bar on your browser matches the one you entered in the Cookiebot, your Cookiebot would work on the website. It would work perfectly. Otherwise, it wouldn't. And you should come back here and set it up. So this is the first part. Now let's go back to content. The content tab allows you to personalize the content available or displayed in the dialog over here. So this is this website uses cookie, this website uses cookie. We use cookies to personalize content and ads, etc. We use cookies to personalize. So whatever you see over here would also be reflected in the dialog. Now, as I said before, we don't use this default dialog layout. We have developed our own. However, we use all the settings and all the content that you set over here and configure over here, and we inject it in our own pop-up. So, so it's really important to take care of the content over here if you'd like to personalize anything. Otherwise, the content is already reviewed and is already perfect and ready to be launched on your website. Now, as you can see, this is the EN version, the English version. You can switch languages, change languages over here. Let's say that you'd like to enter French language. Once you change the language, all the content over here will be updated accordingly. Now, if you'd like to add more languages to be supported by the pop-up, it's also possible. However, this is a premium feature, so you should update to a premium plan. Cookiebot also provides the auto language detection feature, meaning that if you have multiple languages over here, Cookiebot would only surface the one in accordance with the user's preferences. So I don't know, if you're, for example, in France, you don't need to add multiple languages because probably most of your customers would be French. However, if you're selling internationally and you have only one website, then it's yes preferable to add a couple of languages over here, the languages that are used for, by customers or target customers. This way, you'd be sure that everyone on your website understands the dialog message that is going to be displayed for them. Last but not least, you have your scripts tab, which is domain group ID over here and the scripts. Well, the domain group ID is an ID which allows us to link your Cookiebot account with our application. So it's essential that you copy and paste this in the app's interface. Thank you very much. I hope this was clear enough. If it's not, don't hesitate to contact us through our support channels. Thank you very much and have a great day.